So I think, why don't we do this? Let's set the setting of the encyclical first. Like, why? So 1998.
It's a letter. Yep. Particular context.
Yeah, it's not just like, hey, I wanted to write something. He's addressing something. I think it's important to recognize and to realize that as you listeners or whomever are looking at what the church teaches or why or when the church teaches things, she almost always teaches in response to something. It's not as if like in the Holy See in the Vatican, the Curia is just kind of sitting writing just to write, but responding to questions or problems. Or this is the case with a lot of the formal pronouncement of dogmatic teachings. There's a debate beforehand, and the church settles it. So we can assume, or should assume, or presume that that John Paul is writing in response to some sort of thing, or cultural context or something. So let's.
And this is in his pontificate. This is later, right? It's not yet to the 2000s sort of thing. But he's got
20 years the Pope at this time.
Yeah. So he's done a lot of encyclicals at this point, talking about Christ, talking about the work, especially the social encyclicals, Centesimus Annus, the 100 years of Rerum Novarum. Is there also, the moral encyclicals, Veritatis Splendor, talking about the truth in the moral life and theology, and that's a dense, heavy encyclical.
Yeah.
So he's done a lot of stuff at this point. The Rosary encyclical is still to come, but it's a sense where he's looking back and dealing with a bigger issue than the normal kind of specific moral theology issue or work issue, and looking at truth. And what's interesting is that you'd expect, or at least you might have expected, a pope to, in a letter about Fides et Ratio, to tell reason to calm down a bit and to respect the faith. Right, this is in late 20th century. There's a lot of secularism, scientism, all the kind of isms, nihilism that he does deal with eventually in this encyclical and address. But instead of kind of finger wagging and the standard kind of Pope marmish kind of hey know your role, scientists.
Yeah.
Rather, it's the entire opposite. The Pope is telling reason like come on higher, come up. It's an encouragement, which is surprising to me. The tone of it initially and through the whole thing is saying, reason, you can do better. Not like you have to do better and respect the boundaries, but rather reason at this point, natural reason, metaphysical reason, philosophy especially, is in the sad state. And it's maybe like down on itself, low self-esteem, you could think.
Yeah.
And this letter is to say, hey, one, we need you. Faith needs reason. And two, you can do better. Like, you don't have to be ashamed or think, oh, no one can really know in philosophy and truth is all kind of relative and stuff. No, you can know. Not like you must know, but you're called to know. And he wants to encourage. So it says the church reaching to the philosophers and saying, no, you guys can do it. Come on, keep going. You can walk. You can do this.
Father Bonaventure, if you had to choose between getting Warby Parker glasses, subscribing to a YouTube channel, or flossing your teeth, what would you choose?
Oof. I guess, to be honest, subscribing to a YouTube channel.
See, folks, it's not as bad as flossing your teeth or getting Warby Parker glasses. Please subscribe to Godsplaining. Cheers.